I'm muted. We're ready to go. It's the recap show. Thank you so much for watching as we are now ready to rock and roll. The spiders, everything going. We've got Amgen is already out. We've got Expedia out. Apparently, Ramin has just booked a vacation on Expedia, and I was trying to find out where. EXPE coming through because we saw what happened to Wingstop, right? We said we were going to order some Wingstop.
She has powers.
She does, a lot of them.
Yeah.
Expedia right now, nice move all the way up and all the way down. Back to 135 right now. What numbers you have for Expedia right now?
Yeah, so I'm seeing they beat adjusted net income, $29 million here. Q1 net income, negative $135 million. Q1 revenue here, 2.88 billion versus expected 2.80 billion. So they did beat on revenue here from what I can see. Adjusted earnings per share coming in higher than expected as well. Surprise profit, 21 cents versus the expected loss of 24 cents. So it seems like these numbers seem pretty positive from what I'm seeing here.
Yeah, okay, good. It looks like it too. Right now, Expedia up 5%. The expected move for Expedia, 9%. So nice move to the upside. We'll have to hold on to see what's going on right now with Expedia. We do have Square coming out very, very soon. 405 expected, EPS of 72 cents. Looking for a 12% move on Square. Nice run into the close for SQ. Flipping it over to the daily stock right there for Square. You're going to see it's been beat up, man. We talked about some of that laundering issues right there. Look what was up today, man. K-Web, shout out to China. We do have the sector recap right here today for you. There's the triple Qs up a nice 1.28%. The NASDAQ leading the way today. Look at SMH, man, up over 2%, led to you by NVIDIA. Just a quick little heat map before we go. Shout out to Michael Noss building me all this stuff, man. This has been fantastic. This heat map, though, is trading. If you look at Amazon, get my face off there if you can. We'll have to look to see what's over down here because we've got Apple. We've got NVIDIA up 3%. Microsoft, Google, Meta, Amazon. I mean, all the big dogs leading the way. Your favorite, potentially, Eli Lilly down 3, J&J down a little bit as well. Not much else red today, man. ConocoPhillips right there, and PH, not Pfizer. ConocoPhillips to the downside right there. Pfizer, I believe, was down in here. No, Pfizer
it was
up 2% there. Oh, that's right. We got that Josh Brown bump right there. Okay, again, thank you so much for watching. We are going to be hammering all of these earnings as they come out. Over 4,600 of you watching. We do have Oh, it says Shannon on there. It is Miss Danielle Shay coming through today. So we got to get that fixed out, and we'll do that in 1 second. Throw it over to Adair, and I'll go fix that.
Yeah, we're waiting for a lot of different earnings here. So just to give everyone a rundown of where things are expected to come. We're expected to get Block here, SQ 405, Coinbase at 415, US Steel X at 415 here. DraftKings coming at 4:25 p.m. Apple coming at 4:30. So there's some of the main ones. We're getting Monster Energy as well. So quite a few names that we're worth checking up and keeping an eye on heading into the rest of the night here. Apple at 4:30 being the key one, but we should be getting Block in about, what, like 50 seconds, 40 seconds? So keep an eye on that for sure here. Right now, though, what else is happening? Coin out. People are saying, let me check
looks like
on
Coinbase is out right now.
We got Square, we got Block.
Okay, so we got Coinbase right now. Let's just look at Coinbase quickly. Coinbase right now, nice move up to 240. Still trying to go as well. It's Coinbase, nice upside move. It is Square with a downside move right now. It looks like Coin is a beat here on revenue. We will get those numbers in a minute. The expected look for Coinbase was an EPS of 1.2 with revenue of 1.2 billion as well. I felt like Coinbase does have a good chance to beat today due to the fact that, hey, I figured revenues would be up with all the transacted moves there in Bitcoin with the halvening, with some up and down moves. But right now it looks like, Adara, Coinbase is making that move to the downside right now. I don't see the exact numbers.
I got the numbers
on
for Coinbase.
Benzinga. Okay, what do we have there?
So we do have adjusted EBITDA here, $1 billion versus 618 million expected. So that is a decided beat here. We have Q2 revenue guidance here. Subscription service revenue between $525 to $600 million. They did have Q1 net income here coming in $1 billion versus 302 million expected. So that is quite the beat. So it looks like they beat across the board from what I'm seeing. Also came out like 10 minutes before the earnings as well, saying that there was a delay apparently with their services. So that's kind of an ongoing thing here. Yeah. And yeah, that's the main numbers we have here. Just waiting to see everything else come in. But nice projection there. It looks like they beat.
Okay, booking.com is out again as well. Thank you for everybody in the chat. Thank you to Soup right there in the chat. Wow, booking.com, huge move upside as well. I mean, if anybody's in this name, you are now broken out again. You are at 3,800, breaking out that top right now. Booking, nice move for that. Look at this on the after. Boom, nice move right back up to previous highs. There's Coinbase. So we nailed that Coinbase, by the way, like that talk of where we thought it was potentially going to report. And there it is right there. Total revenues were huge. I mean, that's all that we talked about. I have no idea where it's going to go, but total revenues 163 versus 134. I mean, that looks good to me. I feel like that is good. GoDaddy out now as well. Apparently, GDDY, a little bit of a reduction in its labor force being announced now as well for GoDaddy, but that's making the move. That's okay, I don't need that. Back down to the downside because Ramin showed me how to set up Zoom.
Okay, never mind.
Apparently, I just click on the icon.
Oh, okay, there you go.
It's really,
I don't even think I set it up right, so.
All right, right here, there is Coinbase. Again, I just want to keep it on here because this is moving around a bit for us here on Coinbase. I thought I logged in. Oh, I did. Let's just see what the Coinbase level 2 looks like right now, just to get a quick look. So it looks like we're about $3 right now or so on Coinbase, 230 to 233, the movement now for a coin. Up 10%, but flat basically on this move, right? I mean, we closed up 9%. Looks like that's right where we are right now for Coinbase. All right, Square still making moves to the downside as well. I'm hearing that. Wow, $68. I mean, this is a big move there for Square. You already went over those numbers, didn't you?
No, I thought we got them. We haven't gotten them quite yet.
Yeah, I don't see the numbers for
They were
Square.
supposed to come out by now, so that's a bit surprising that we don't
maybe they're
have
out,
them quite
maybe they're
yet.
not. Yeah, I don't know if whoever president is going to matter as far as earnings are concerned, but if you're going to look at oil and what was up or down today, we had gold was one of the only sectors down today. GLD down 0.3%. XLB, of course, we've looked this at the other day. The materials sector has been getting hit to the downside right now as well. Another down day for these guys. XLV, the healthcare fund, downside. We saw some misses today with Lilly and J&J. Not misses, they didn't report, but some downside movement right there as well. We will be welcoming very, very soon Miss Danielle Shay to come through. And the reason why we're excited, not just for her to come out, but we have Apple coming out very, very soon. Hopefully that's going to be 4:30. We will have Apple out for you. And Block. Block is not out.
Block is late, yeah.
So Block is getting blocked right now. But that's generally not a good sign when earnings are going to get delayed. We saw everyone panicked. I don't think you were here yet. Palo Alto, which is PanW, they moved their earnings report to a Friday afternoon.
I was not there.
When's the last time you've seen earnings Friday afternoon?
Major? Never.
Right,
Never made
right.
earnings
Ed,
Friday.
good point there. Sometimes there are some real random ones, but not at PanW, and they absolutely crushed that quarter, so it went the other way. So people were nervous selling into that, thinking there was something wrong.
Smart.
Is it smart? I don't know. I'm not really sure the reason why they did that.
That's true. Yeah, I think I thought
CEO, I think, had a tea time or something, and they had to change it. Right there, Fortinet with a downside move today as well. People were looking at Fortinet today. Downside here, down 6%. Again, on a number. Bad guide, it looks like. EPS, 39 cents versus 40 for the guide for Fortinet. Trying to go down into $60 right now. Trying to find a base. FTNT down 7% right here, right now. I'm still looking in the chat to see if there's any other names that are potentially moving around. People talking Tesla, Adara.
Mercado Libre, I know, reported, and they beat across the board.
Okay, we can look at that. This is a very expensive stock.
Yeah, I saw some people mentioning MELI. That was the main reason. I was just thinking of it. But MELI, Mercado Libre, that one is a bit more expensive, but they did report a beat here. You can see we're moving up to that 16,000 level. We did actually apparently we're getting the block numbers. I'm not seeing them now. All I'm seeing is they have released them, but I'm not seeing these numbers. So we're gonna keep an eye on that. I know Mercado Libre though we did beat for revenue and profit above expectations. So revenue 4.3 bill versus 3.9 bill expected. That I know for sure. So nice move from Mercado Libre. Just waiting for those SQ numbers.
Operating out of South
America.
Perfect. All right, good one. All right, we're still waiting for U.S. Steel coming at 4:15. Letter X should be out soon. The name that, well, here's Square. So we're hearing that it's out, but I'm not seeing any numbers yet. And Square just doing a dance. It went up to 70, back down into 68. I know we are all patiently waiting for Square. If we can come to my screen here quickly, we'll just show you what, not yet? There you go, thank you. Square waiting for something to happen. So we'll wait to see if that's going on. Right now, just dancing around. Square was down on some news lately. Again, back and forth with some laundering issues right there. Coinbase does release a first quarter shareholder letter. I have no idea what's up with that, but here it is on Benzinga Pro. We could probably read this. Oh, a question and answer session coming Thursday, May 2nd at 2:30 Pacific. So at 5:30, we will get the conference call, or at least a Q&A for that. So we'll hear more about Coinbase as they do have their shareholder letter now out. Starbucks was a decent trade today. Maybe I'll ask Danielle a little bit about Starbucks and what's been going on with them. But there's Coinbase. I'm disappointed with Coinbase. I'm not in this name at all. I just honestly thought that with better revenues coming through, that this name would have been able to beat. If they can't do better with higher revenues, 1.6 versus 1.3 billion, to me that's a decent beat. We were talking a lot about Bitcoin there over the last quarter. We had the halving, we had the huge move, breaking recent and all-time highs up to 73,000. Now a nice pullback into 58. I don't know, Dara. We should be on a double shot here because I'm talking. I want to see. She's looking so nicely and so intently for a conversation. No, but. A lot of talk about Bitcoin.
Yeah.
We have the Ethereum Trust possibly switching over and starting to get some ETFs into that. I'm surprised that Coinbase has moved today.
Well, same, but also we had to move down on MicroStrategy, right? So but we had Riot blockchain as well getting a move up. So I think it really does seem to be very dependent. What I'm more interested in, I'm going to be honest with you, for crypto is next Thursday after market close. Marathon Digital, MARA, and CleanSpark. And CleanSpark had a massive earnings beat last quarter, profit versus a loss year over year. So CleanSpark, I'm super excited to see. So
Square, thank you, Adara. Yeah, that's good point there. Let's look at some of the miners. Square is now out again, apparently. But I can't, like,
allegedly,
until we, whoa, okay, there's a nice little move up there for Square. You're gonna see this nowhere else, by the way. Make sure you hit the like, the subscribe, and pass this on to every single person you know. Hey, even your kids, you know, it's better to watch this than some randoms playing video games and like unboxing things. Why do you want your kids to watch unboxing? We are giving education. This is financial literacy. Happening live.
Right?
In front of you. So let's just keep educating. All right, there's Square again. This is why you got to watch out for those fat fingers, man. I mean, a big move to the upside there, $72, then a move back into 68. And let's just have a quick look at what Square, there's Coin, by the way, a little bit of a downside move. We had a lot of great trades today, especially in the afternoon, including Tesla. Okay, here we go. Reporting 85 cents versus 71 is what I'm hearing. For block. This is what it looks like right now. 70, 71.50, starting to go back up to the upside. There it is. There goes Square. 71, 72, $73. Square starting to go up 9%. Let's go, man. Hey, we don't hit this enough. It's breaking news. All right, that's enough. It's a nice move for Square. Nice move. $75. Wow. Okay, let me call up the chart so it looks a little bit better than what we got on right now. Square is absolutely going up to $74, $75. What does that look like on a daily chart? We still got to get above 76. The expected move. Shout out to Miss Danielle Shay. Let's check out what the expected move is right now on Square. 12%. Only up 7 right now is SQ. So what are those numbers?
Yeah, so I'm not, oddly enough, I'm not seeing the actual numbers. I'm seeing their guidance, but I can read you guys the guidance. So they are seeing adjusted Q2 operating income, $305 million to $325 million, adjusted EBITDA, $670 to $690 million, full year gross profit for 2024, $8.78 billion. They also did see a 6% increase in their first quarter GPV processing there, so 6% increase year over year. Seeing Q2 gross profit $2.165 billion to $2.185 billion. So nice moves there, but still only seeing, guys, I'm only seeing these forecasts and not the actual numbers we had for Q1 2024. So waiting for those actual numbers themselves to come in. Right now, just seeing forecasts, which the market seems to be reacting pretty strongly to. But overall, strange earnings report for Square. We were waiting for the numbers. Now we're mostly actually just getting the guidance. They did apparently see resilient consumer spending. So $542.9 million in adjusted net income, up from $271.2 million a year earlier, so that's like a double in net income. So nice look there.
Good look there. you know what? We just got another report out right now. It's DraftKings, so Mr. Donkey Kong, and not the Super Mario one. We've got a gambling situation here. And if you gambled into earnings, let's see what winds up happening. We did have an expected move right now of DraftKings of down or 10.8%, looking for an EPS of minus 28 cents. We'll find out what DraftKings has in store, but right now it is a little bit of a push down, not much, just a move down, now a move back up. We'll have to wait to see what's going on with DraftKings right now. And if, yeah, it looks like it's up slightly. Looking at the daily for DraftKings, kind of just a little boring, to be honest with you. We had Penn come out today as well, and, you know, kind of boring move there for DraftKings. We will get those.
We got the numbers for DraftKings, yeah.
Okay,
So
hold on a second. I just want to look
sorry.
at Coinbase because I've just seen that this is continuing to go down. 221. All right, quickly, DraftKings, and then we're going to Ms. Shay.
Okay, so DraftKings revenue here, we did have a beat. Q1 revenue, $1.174 million versus the $1.174 billion versus expected $1.12 billion. So that is a beat. They also had a smaller loss than expected here for Q1 operating income. Loss of $138 million versus expected $142 million. So smaller loss than expected there. Also finding out revenue growth of 53%. So that's quite a nice look there for DraftKings.
All right, U.S. Steel reporting 82 cents and missing, but you know what? We've got Trader Talk. It's Miss Danielle Shay. Let's go. Hey, Danielle, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Busy, but not doing too bad. Thank you for joining us on such a busy time. We just had U.S. Steel come out. We have Square moving around. You're going to be hopefully live with us when we get Apple dropping today as well. What's been the biggest surprise for you so far in this earnings season?
I think the biggest surprise for me has just been that there's been multiple companies that have beat revenue, they beat EPS estimates, and they get completely crushed.
Right.
I mean, you have an executive that says one little itty bitty thing that might be somewhat negative, and the stocks are going down. So, you know, I think that that's what we're seeing right now. I think expectations are really high. And ideally, it'll give us some good opportunity to short some stocks or buy some long-term investments.
Yeah, I was looking to maybe pick up some Microsoft, another one of those calls that you and I have talked about before as well. Microsoft pulling back a little bit here to the downside the last couple of days. All right, Danielle, the big sort of trade that maybe a lot of people are looking for now. Do you have anything on before Apple comes out? Is there anything, any sort of movement you're looking for? The expected move's only 4%. Does that give any opportunities for those of us looking to play options?
So I shorted Apple.
Okay.
I hope that I'm right. I guess we're about to find out here in a few minutes. But I think that Apple, it has the expected move about $6-7, and based off of where it's trading right now, it's up against critical resistance. So, you know, especially with the way that mega cap tech has been beating EPS estimates and selling off. If you look at Apple, Apple's already gapped down 3 quarters in a row, anyways. So we're in a bearish trajectory. We're near the lows on the year. So I shorted it, targeting 165. I guess we will see coming up soon if my guess was correct.
Yeah, we're going to get that very, very soon here with Apple. Excited to see what happens. Apple today. Short, eh? Okay. I'm long in around 169, so we'll have a little bit of a battle here at some point. Yeah, fight. All right, Square, nice move again. But Square, to me, bouncing again here off of some of these bottom $65. We just had an 11% move. That's pretty much in line here for Square. A nice beat on the top side for them. Again, trying to make moves here. Anything you're seeing on Square, I mean, it was a good move here, straight to the upside, looking to get 78, looking to break through 80. We get a nice psychological level right there of $80. Maybe it's not moving enough, but 16% does beat the expected move here on SQ. Is this maybe a continuation play for you tomorrow if we hold above 15-16%?
Yeah, I mean, I think you're onto something with this one because the expected move was $7 and it's already up 8. And, you know, if it goes another $3 or so, then you could easily see a continuation move tomorrow, especially looking at the daily chart. You have critical resistance at 77.88, which is right about where it's at right now. So if it could just trade higher by another $2-3 and gap up above the 50 simple on the daily chart, that's definitely something that we could trade. Typically for those, what I do is I watch the first 15-minute range in the morning. And then if you get a breakout after the first 15-minute range, that's when I can get long and target the next upside targets, which would be probably around 85.
Okay, yeah, I like that little look there because we never know. Square does have about I think it was about a 7% short float on that one. All right, you and I have talked about Tesla numerous times. Can't Apple do a Tesla though where it just got beat up? People are worried about deliveries with Tesla. They were right. People are going to be worried about iPhone sales in China. We've seen a bad demand for Starbucks, which I just actually opened up the app. I noticed even though Starbucks is down 18%, their prices still remain the same. So I was hoping them for a little bit lower than that. You like Starbucks, Danielle, as a consumer for Starbucks? And if so, what is your drink?
Well, I've grown up on Starbucks because I'm from Seattle. So
Okay, there you go.
I
I know that.
have
Wicked.
spent many, many times in a Starbucks, especially in college. But I mean, at this point, I bought an espresso machine.
There we
So
go.
I don't
Yeah,
really
me
have
too.
any reason to go there and spend money except for when my kid begs me. So
Isn't that
I don't really
ridiculous?
go to Starbucks very often anymore.
You mean you don't make like green tea matcha cold foam at home? I think that's what my kids are looking for here. No, but what I was getting back to Apple just real quick. If China is maybe not as bad as they see, we know that they've had a change in sort of their policy, especially with the government of buying iPhones and supporting that company. But if I look at a chart here of Apple, I mean, I know you just talked about it. I just wonder, and I know you're going short here, but is there? I feel like there's a chance that we could get back up to the upside on Apple. And you've mentioned it before, they're not necessarily performing well on their past reports. So potentially, I guess we're in for a little bit of something here on the report. Is that not a possibility? And maybe that's why trading options is probably one of the best things to do because you have your sort of binary ins and outs, but you'll scalp out of positions. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct. So I got into my position today, just right before the market closed, and I'll get out most likely tomorrow morning. I mean, I might
Okay.
end up holding it later in the day. It just depends if it's working or not. But I mean, I agree with you. There's always a possibility that the report could be better than feared. And that is typically when you'll see some of these stocks rally. But the thing is when you look at Apple, you're trading at 173 right now. It has a $6.56 expected move. So let's say that it does move just what's expected. All that's going to do is it's going to bring it right up into a critical resistance zone at 180. So I think that even if it does trade higher overnight and maybe into tomorrow, unless it gets up above 180, I still think you could short it again at that price point.
Yeah, I feel like if we get a 180 print, I feel like everyone can win because I do agree with you. I think you can win on the long and then watch out for a fade because I look at the NASDAQ and we're still under the 50 period moving average. It still doesn't look super strong to me. If you come over to my screen here, Ramin, this NASDAQ chart is looking like it's breaking even lower now. I mean, we just holding on, it looks like by a thread. If we can come back in, I feel like the next support, couple handles lower down here into 400 for the NASDAQ. Any thoughts about the market in general? The last time you and I were on, well, not the last time, but another great call that you had was when we talked about the put-call ratio. Are you seeing any of that with maybe the Qs or the SPYs?
Sure, let me check it out. So, the main thing about the put call ratio is it hasn't been high enough for the market to bottom. The
Right.
put call ratio needs to get up above 1 and stay there for enough people to get short and the sentiment to get bearish enough for the market
Almost
to
got
actually
there.
bottom. We have had like a day here. I mean, yesterday it got up to 0.9, so it was getting close, but then it gapped down again today and it was down at 0.6 and it closed the day at 0.7. So I just think that there's not enough fear in the market yet for this thing to bottom. And I mean, here's the thing. If you look at the NASDAQ, we're just a stone's throw away from the lows in April. And so when you look at that price point and you can see that that's pretty much the last area of support that we have before we're going to hit the 200 simple on the daily chart. And I mean, at this point, that's another 800 points lower. And today with Apple, that's pretty much the last major catalyst that we have as far as earnings is concerned to potentially bring this higher. And as we talked about, I mean, Apple has beat 3 quarters in a row and they've still traded lower 3 quarters in a row. So
That was the That was the interesting stat that you gave there, just the fact that they'd had a good quarter, but yet traded lower off of that. So, yeah, I'm not sure about the catalysts either coming through. We'll hear about it. They have that Let Loose event in early May. So, wait a minute, it's early May right now. That
Yeah,
must
it's
be
May
coming
7th.
up. May 7th. Thank you, Adara, for that one. Where's the time going? Oh, by the way, anything planted yet or any animals running around outside?
Okay, so I have to tell you this. There's a random turkey that's a feral turkey
you
that
mentioned that,
comes
I
up
think.
to my house,
Right.
looks in the windows, gobbles at me.
Right.
And so I posted online and I was asking people, what can I do to make the turkey stay here?
Right.
And somebody told me, they said you have to
Corn?
get a female turkey and put her in a pen to where the male turkey, because he's looking for a female.
Right.
So
Okay, so did you not tell me you got a turkey? Did you get a turkey?
okay, so that's what I'm thinking I'm gonna do is I'm
Okay.
just gonna have to get a female turkey and then I'll have a bunch of turkeys.
Okay, well then call me a turkey, but that sounds like it's going to be a good Thanksgiving, maybe in the Danielle Shay household. Okay, quick channel check. We do this all the time. Like if I want to buy Lululemon stock, I ask my wife, hey, you know, what's Lululemon saying? Because she knows all that kind of stuff. Are people buying it? What are the lineups looking like? So, do you have an iPhone? Yes or no?
I don't. I have a Google Pixel and I love it.
Okay, well. Why do I ask the person that's short Apple if she has an iPhone or not? Okay, so channel check failed right there. But yeah, we've got an iPhone. And Derek, you have an iPhone?
I have an iPhone 8.
Oh,
so
looks
I'm
like you're
behind
the odd
the
one out
times.
there, Danielle. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so here we go. We are very minutes away now from getting Apple. That's exciting. Is there any other trade potentially of interest that you might want to talk about? I know you have your YouTube channel. You post up some videos on there. Is there anything at all that maybe you're working on or looking at that you may potentially have before we get these numbers to drop?
Yeah, sure. So if you look at Amazon, I think Amazon looks like a great swing trade. And I think it's probably the only one in mega cap tech that looks this strong. So if you look at Amazon on a daily chart, we had strong earnings. This stock actually held up after strong earnings, which is a little bit unique. And you just have this fantastic pattern. You have this nice trend. You have a bit of a cup and handle pattern here. You have a target at a new all-time high. You got that Fibonacci extension level at 196 and then 204. So, you know, you have all that. You have incoming volume. You have a squeeze. So I threw on some butterflies here. I'm going to try to trade it up into 195 and try to trade this relative strength in Amazon.
All right, yeah, we do like that Amazon play. We had Mercado Libre as well to the upside. We had Alibaba. Did you see, by the way, did you see Alibaba today? I don't know if you ever trade in Chinese ADRs or whatever, but this is a great chart. Alibaba, this is a name that I actually bought in my own account at 71 and change. Great base bottom there. I really like this. Trying to break out now. Alibaba, I want you to put this on your radar, Danielle, because, and thank me later. This breakout through $77, they have a 25 billion share buyback program on. Great report. Alibaba, their next earnings next week, or May 14th, whenever that is, coming out. I really like Alibaba. Anything of interest before we get Apple here on Alibaba? What does this look like to you? Something that interests you by any chance?
Sure. So I'll trade breakouts like this. I mean, especially if it breaks out up above the 200 simple. So that's the major line in the sand for me. You're basically right underneath it right now. So if it could get up above, man, I'd probably say 81 and actually close above there, that's when I'd be a lot more confident in the breakout.
All right, here we go. I mean, it is 4:30, and you're going to be able to be live with us right here, Danielle. So let's get some. We'll get some. What? You're all nervous, Adara?
I'm excited. I'm excited for these Apple earnings.
Okay, Adara's a little excited here, as I think we all are right now. Do you even own Apple shares?
No, but I just, you know, I want to see what it does.
Yeah, no, hey, nothing wrong. You can get excited without having skin in the game. I mean, that is for sure. And Danielle, by the way, this is Adara.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
All right, actually, we don't have a double screen set up. I just hear. Oh, we do have a double screen.
Oh, we got Apple
okay, here we go. Forget about it.
Yeah.
Apple is now out, Danielle, but unfortunately for right now, it is a move to the upside. Apple right now starting to get going here. It's an upside move. I'll put this back in my ear so I can hear it. They had a revenue beat. Okay, that was
90.75 billion versus 90 billion expected.
All right, definitely not expected there on the revenue beat. We talked about that. Is that rabbit coming out of the hat or not? Was the wool pull over people's eyes here about Apple? And here's the number right here live on Benzinga Pro. We've got the Gap EPS beating 153, but Danielle said this before. We've beat before and seen another move. And look at sales, 90.8 versus a beat of 90.01. That is what I was looking for, a beat there in Apple, but right there, oh, they just did 45 billion there, Danielle, in iPhone sales. Like, whatever. That is just a monster number. 7 billion in Mac sales. Looks like we're starting to go to the upside a little bit here with Apple, but it's just, Danielle, looks like trying to get to our levels of 180. So far, so good here for Apple. Let's see what happens on this upside near 180. It is difficult, though, for sure, Danielle, when you're looking at a stock and you're looking at it when the numbers first drop. We've seen a complete reversal in patterns, especially when they get on the call. Looks like wearables now 8 billion as well. Looks like that's a beat. The board, okay, this is not going to be good news, Danielle, unfortunately, in my opinion. Apple board authorizes a 110 billion share repurchase program, increases the dividend as well. So I guess, Danielle, one person that's going to get richer off of all of this is Mr. Warren Buffett. He collects $400 million a quarter already, and now we get a dividend raise. But hey, we're right up there to 180. Any initial thoughts on some of the movement?
Yeah, I mean, it looks good so far. They had to pull out all the stops for sure. Dividend raise and share buyback. I mean, that's what they needed to do. So I would say that so far right now, it's within the expected range. For me, it all depends on if it breaks 180. If it breaks 180, absolute long. It's probably going to pull up the NASDAQ tomorrow, which, hey, I'll lose money on my Apple short, but it also wouldn't be the worst thing for the NASDAQ to trade higher, obviously. So we'll see. But I mean, 180 is the line in the sand for me. So we'll just have to see if it gets through there or not.
I mean, this is exactly the honesty and everything that we talk about on the show all the time. It's like we can make calls, we can make plays, and as long as it sets up the way we think it should, we put our money on the line every single day, and that's why we continue to have you back. And real sees real, Danielle. We'll see what happens tomorrow. But did we already show your website, or do you want to show that again? Do you have that ready to go? I do want to make sure that people can go check that out because we always get questions about different strategies, how to put them on, and great educational resource. So let me throw it over to you, Danielle, and then we're going to get out of here.
Yeah, check it out. On my YouTube channel, I go over real trades that I do, the good ones and the bad ones, so that everyone can learn from the good and the bad, like I said. So this is my trade review series. You can check it out right here. I go over iron condors, butterflies, earnings trades, all kinds of stuff. So you can follow me at Trader Danielle to learn more.
All right, well, Trader Danielle, I mean, now Apple's coming back in a little bit, now back to 178. So there's that magical 180 level that we talked about, Apple coming back in just a little bit. All right, Danielle, we will touch base tomorrow and we'll figure out exactly where Apple is going. I will see you on X, and you're still coming to Toronto potentially this summer. Is that still true, or?
I'm sorry, I'm not going to be able to make it this year, but maybe next year.
Okay, I'm out of here. All right, Dara, take over. No, just playing around. All right, thank you so much. It was we sit back in our seat. I muted myself. That's how upset I was, but I'm back right now. All right, Danielle, I will see you soon then. Maybe we'll come visit you and see that little turkey farm of yours that is brewing. Thank you, Danielle. Good luck with everything.
Thank you.
Trader Talk. All right.
Yeah.
I mean, that was Apple, you know?
Yeah.
A little bit of bad news here.
Well, I'm looking at these numbers.
We just broke 180, baby.
Oh, we did. Well, I was going to say, I think part of why we're so strong is we were all really worried about what Apple would do in China. I think that was part of why we had a little bit of weakness last earnings despite a beat. However, we had net sales in China, 16.37 billion versus 15.25 billion expected. That is more than $1 billion above the expectation. Also saying that they had sales growth year over year for Q2 or their fiscal Q2 in China. So for me, that positive China news amidst a lot of worries for China could have buoyed these a little bit. That's my take.
And I like that take as well. But you know what other take we like? We like to see who's still with us because we had over 4,000 people sitting here with us. We still have 3,900 of you. Look at that. Hit the like, hit the subscribe. We are 187 subs away. Let's do it on the recap show.
Do it.
You know, because then we'll be like, look, we already have the best show. We have two of the best hosts. You and I think it was Neil yesterday. I'm here today. Sorry about that. We had the best guests. And we need to get those sub numbers going. So let's go hit that subscribe button for us if you can. Get up to 450. The person who is lucky number 450 gets to be lucky number 450. I mean, that means a lot. I don't have a prize for them, unfortunately. But if we did, I'd get one.
You just know that you were the 450th subscriber, 450,000th. Yeah.
The important thing is who's here right now.
That is what matters.
So let me say hi to everybody. What's up, Mr. Westermeyer? He has his best day in 2 months. Congratulations. 9 for 9 with earnings options plays, says Jeff Goggin. They already hit the roll call? I think I already did, right? I did already. Okay, what's up? Shawn Don, I like that. What's up, Trey? Only the Shawn Donskis here as well. Rod is here. Rod Parody. What's up, Rod? The best subs. I mean, we do have the best subscribers. I mean, you guys keep on supporting every single thing that we're doing here, and we want to say thank you to that one as well. I mean, that's what it's all about. Oscar Blaze is here. Mike Breeze is here. Shadera, someone just said. Shawn and Adara.
Yeah. I mean, you could also say that about Sharif and I too, though, I guess, Shadera, but with a CH.
Don't ever say that to Sharif because he'll never stop saying it.
Okay, never.
Okay, so, no, that's our thing.
It's our thing.
I hear you mention that to Sharif.
I will not remember.
Yeah.
I do, but
Do
Shadera.
not remember this.
I will block it out. Ramin called me on that.
I'm just playing around. Yeah, no, you can say whatever you want, of course.
That's funny.
All right, thank you so much to everybody, man. It's been an absolutely fantastic day. Just a quick little look. That was roll call. Let me just hit this again. Apple right now. Let's just go over some of the big earnings plays before we let you go. It's Apple right now. Nicely done. Up 4%. Well, it was expected 4%, now up 6%. Apple's mooning a little bit, up to 180. We'll see about that. Coinbase does pull back, but kind of right where it needs to be. Not much happening for Coinbase there. Square was up, now pulling back. Square, nice move up to 80. We talked about that level with Danielle as well. That name's pushing back pretty much as expected. What was another big name? We had Ramin booking a whole bunch of different trips. Expedia to the downside right now, down to 124, down 4.4. When can I get a vacation? Down 4.4%. I was actually looking at my schedule. It's like, no, this weekend we have a tournament here, tournament there.
So many tournaments.
These kids, man. I want to take the kids. I want to have.
They're doing all the sports.
They're doing all and chess and golf.
I forgot about the chess.
Tonight is hockey again and golf.
So like winter sport and summer sport, same night.
All right. Thank you so much to everybody for watching. A quick little check back in on Apple to see what's going on there. Square, Expedia, Coinbase, those were all the big ones. Let's just check in on DraftKings, and then we'll get out of here, as that was the last one. DraftKings, $43, not much happening there. Apple, $179. Okay, Adara, thank you so much for joining me one more time. Maybe you're permanent here, maybe you're not, but I hope that you are.
I love being
Miss
here.
Adara on the recap show. Thank you so much for joining. And thank you to our wonderful guest, Miss Danielle Shay. We can still be friends, although you're not coming to visit. Ah, well. Until we see you next time, I'm Shawn Katina. That's Adara. Go find me at Trader TV. Shawn, see you tomorrow.
Yep.